Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. WrestleMania 41 will be held at Allegiant Stadium in Paradise, Nevada on April 19 to 20. In a recent podcast episode, Eric Bischoff gave his thoughts on Corey Graves possibly wrestling at the event. Graves criticized WWE on X after Pat McAfee replaced him as Michael Cole's commentary partner. The 40-year-old moved from main roster programming to NXT as part of the broadcast team changes. However, he did not appear on this week's NXT episode. Although it has been reported that Graves' frustrations are legitimate, Bischoff said on 83 Weeks that WWE should turn the controversy into a WrestleMania storyline. Graves has not wrestled since being forced to retire from in-ring competition in 2014 due to concussion issues. In 2022, the former NXT star received clearance to wrestle again in the 1990s. Eric Bischoff was instrumental in WCW's television ratings success over WWE when Nitro and Raw went head-to-head on Monday nights. The former WCW president later worked for WWE as an on-screen authority figure, having been around the wrestling business for more than 3 decades. Bischoff usually knows when a behind-the-scenes drama is fiction or reality. Regarding the Corey Graves story, he is unsure whether the commentator is airing real grievances or playing a character. Legendary commentator Jim Ross was often told to change shows during his WWE career. He reacted to Graves' situation by sharing some advice for his fellow announcer. Do you think Corey Graves will compete at WrestleMania 41? Hit the discuss button and let us know. Introduction. WrestleMania is a spectacle that transcends the world of professional wrestling, drawing millions of fans from around the globe to witness the pinnacle of sports entertainment. It's an event where legends are made, rivalries come to a head, and history is written in the squared circle. With every passing year, speculation and anticipation surrounding potential returns and debut matches build up to a fever pitch. One of the most intriguing possibilities for WrestleMania 41, however, lies in the potential return of a WWE legend, a man whose absence from the ring for over a decade has left fans yearning for a glimpse of his unparalleled talents. That man is none other than Daniel Bryan, now known as Bryan Danielson in AEW, whose incredible run with WWE captivated audiences for over a decade. After an unexpected and heartbreaking end to his in-ring career due to injuries in 2014, fans were left wondering if they would ever get to see him compete again. The good news arrived in 2018 when Bryan was cleared to return to the ring, but after a brief and successful comeback, Bryan made a shocking departure from WWE in 2021 and signed with All Elite Wrestling (AEW), where he has continued to entertain fans with his technical prowess. But what if the wrestling world saw a reunion? What if Bryan Danielson were to return to WWE for one final match at the grandest stage of them all, WrestleMania 41? Eric Bischoff, a key figure in professional wrestling for decades, known for his role in the rise of WCW and his subsequent involvement with WWE, recently made waves by expressing his hopes for a potential WWE return for Danielson. Bischoff, who has a unique perspective on wrestling's evolution, including the cross-promotion dynamics between companies, believes that Danielson's return to WWE could be one of the most monumental moments in the history of the company. His comments have sparked conversations about the future of WWE, Danielson's legacy, and the state of the wrestling business as a whole. In this article, we will explore Eric Bischoff's comments, the possibility of Danielson's return to WWE, the current state of WWE and AEW, and the impact this could have on WrestleMania 41. We will dive into the history of Daniel Bryan's journey in wrestling, the significance of his potential return, and how this could redefine the trajectory of WWE in the coming years. The impact of Daniel Bryan's legacy. To understand the weight of Bischoff's hope for Bryan Danielson's return, we first need to reflect on the impact Daniel Bryan has had on WWE. Few wrestlers in modern history have earned the adoration of fans like Bryan has. His journey to success in WWE was anything but typical, and it's that underdog story that helped propel him to legendary status. Bryan Danielson began his wrestling career in the late 1990s, training with renowned trainers like Shawn Michaels and others in Texas. Before making a name for himself in WWE, Danielson was known for his time in Ring of Honor, DECLOVSIDCR, and his technical prowess, earning respect across the world of independent wrestling. His wrestling style was often described as a blend of technical skill, agility, and fierce determination. He quickly became one of the most respected names on the indie circuit, and this reputation paved the way for his eventual WWE debut in 2010. When Daniel Bryan arrived in WWE, he was placed in the first season of the original NXT series, a competition designed to highlight new talent. His performance as a rookie was raw and unspectacular, and he was eliminated early in the competition. However, his underdog journey was just beginning. Despite his early struggles, Bryan's relentless work ethic, natural charisma, and connection with the WWE Universe allowed him to become one of the most beloved stars in WWE history. His rise to the top was slow but sure, with his iconic "Yes" movement becoming a cultural phenomenon. The moment when Bryan won the 2014 Royal Rumble, after overcoming countless obstacles and being denied his opportunity at the main event of WrestleMania 30, marked one of the most emotional and unforgettable moments in WWE history. The crowd's deafening chants of "Yes, yes, yes," and the emotional payoff of Bryan's championship win at WrestleMania 30 signaled that he had become one of the most influential and beloved figures in the industry. However, as quickly as Bryan's career soared to new heights, it was tragically cut short. In 2014, Daniel Bryan was forced to relinquish the WWE World Heavyweight Championship after suffering neck and concussion-related injuries. His abrupt departure from the ring left fans heartbroken, and they wondered if they would ever see their hero perform again. Bryan's return and his transition to AEW. In 2018, after a long and arduous process, Bryan was medically cleared to return to the ring. It was a momentous occasion for fans and for Bryan himself, as he made his triumphant return to the squared circle at WrestleMania 34. His return was filled with excitement, and he immediately reintegrated himself into top storylines, including a fierce rivalry with Shane McMahon, Kevin Owens, and Sami Zayn. While Bryan's return was met with fanfare, his subsequent departure from WWE in 2021 was unexpected. The landscape of professional wrestling was beginning to shift, with AEW rising as a major competitor to WWE. In the summer of 2021, Daniel Bryan, now known as Bryan Danielson, shocked the wrestling world by signing with AEW. His first match was against Kenny Omega at AEW's Grand Slam event, where he proved that he still had plenty left in the tank. Bryan's move to AEW allowed him to compete with a new generation of wrestlers and take part in dream matches that fans had longed for. His work in AEW has been critically acclaimed, but the question of a potential return to WWE has never fully dissipated. Could we see a reunion between Danielson and WWE? Could WrestleMania 41 be the stage for this historic return? Eric Bischoff's perspective. Eric Bischoff's comments on the possibility of Bryan Danielson returning to WWE for WrestleMania 41 were particularly striking. Bischoff, who has an extensive background in wrestling as both a performer and executive, has seen the ebb and flow of the wrestling business and the larger-than-life characters that have made the biggest impact. Bischoff's role as the driving force behind WCW's Monday Nitro brand and his famous Monday Night Wars against WWE has given him a keen insight into the dynamics of the wrestling business and its competition. In a recent interview, Bischoff expressed his hope that Danielson might return to WWE at some point, and he singled out WrestleMania 41 as the perfect stage for such a return. Bischoff's argument centers around the idea that Danielson's legacy is far from complete. While Bryan Danielson has already accomplished so much in his career, Bischoff believes that there is still something special waiting for him in WWE. According to Bischoff, a return to the company could provide a much-needed spark for WWE, which has experienced some internal and external challenges in recent years. Bischoff's comments reveal a deep understanding of the changing landscape of professional wrestling. While WWE remains the dominant force in the industry, AEW has emerged as a legitimate alternative for top talent. Bischoff's hope for Danielson's return stems from the belief that WWE, despite its current standing, could benefit from bringing back one of the most beloved and respected stars in its history. Furthermore, Bischoff believes that the business side of professional wrestling, the matchups, storylines, and marketing potential, could benefit significantly from a Danielson return. A legendary wrestler like Bryan Danielson could draw eyes to the product and create buzz among casual fans and hardcore enthusiasts alike. WrestleMania 41, with its massive global platform, would be the perfect place for Danielson to make a grand return, as the spotlight and excitement surrounding the event would magnify the impact of his comeback. Why WrestleMania 41? WrestleMania 41 represents an ideal opportunity for Daniel Bryan to make his return to WWE, should he ever choose to do so. The event, typically held every year in late March or early April, is considered the crown jewel of WWE's programming and the most watched wrestling show in the world. For Danielson, who has spent the last few years working with AEW, the lure of performing at the grandest stage in the business would be undeniable. WrestleMania 41, by virtue of its tradition and scale, would serve as the ultimate backdrop for a potential dream match or retirement bout for Danielson. Many fans have speculated that the ideal opponent for Bryan at such an event would be someone like Seth Rollins, AJ Styles, or even Roman Reigns, matches that could capture the imagination of the WWE Universe and deliver one last unforgettable chapter in Bryan's storied career. Additionally, the storytelling potential at WrestleMania 41 is endless. Whether Bryan returns as a babyface or a heel, WWE could craft an emotional narrative surrounding his long-awaited return. The rivalry with a top WWE talent could be built over the course of several months, with the stakes growing higher as the event approaches. The potential for a match that would close the show, a true dream match, could elevate the entire WWE product and leave an indelible mark on the future of the company. The impact on WWE and AEW. If Bryan Danielson were to return to WWE at WrestleMania 41, it would undoubtedly have a significant impact on both companies, the broader wrestling industry, and the fans who follow them. For WWE, Danielson's return would inject new life into a product that, while still immensely popular, has faced some challenges in recent years. A marquee return like Danielson's would create a seismic buzz and potentially drive increased viewership, ticket sales, and merchandise. The promotion of his comeback would likely dominate WWE programming, and his match at WrestleMania could steal the spotlight from other high-profile bouts. For AEW, Bryan Danielson's return to WWE could be a bittersweet moment. While AEW has become a home for many former WWE stars, Danielson's departure to WWE would signal that AEW may not have a permanent monopoly on top-tier talent. AEW would need to adapt to the loss of one of its most beloved figures while continuing to build new stars. For wrestling fans, the crossover between WWE and AEW's talent pools only strengthens the entire industry, creating a renewed sense of excitement and competition. Conclusion. As WrestleMania 41 approaches, the possibility of Bryan Danielson's return to WWE remains a tantalizing prospect. Eric Bischoff's hopes for such a return highlight the ongoing importance of legendary figures like Danielson in the world of professional wrestling. Should this come to pass, it would be a moment that fans would remember for years to come, a crowning achievement in an already illustrious career. Whether Danielson ultimately decides to return to WWE or stay with AEW, the impact of his legacy on the wrestling industry is undeniable. His contributions have reshaped the modern era of professional wrestling, and any future appearance at WrestleMania would only serve to solidify his place in the pantheon of all-time greats. As fans continue to dream of his return, one thing is certain: the world of professional wrestling would be better with Bryan Danielson back on the grandest stage of them all. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our WWE official YouTube channel for more update news.